Today's episode of The Read Pile is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
I'm Elle, and I got other things to do. So, your turn.
And I am the Sussman, Rick Sussman. But don't worry, it's cool. We know who you are. You are watching The Read Pile.
It's the week of December 16th, and here's...
It's Star Wars. Star Wars week. It's Star Wars week. Episode 7 releases this week. And if I'm honest, I've already seen it because we had to record the show late this week because I wasn't here when we normally record the show because I was watching the movie because it was so awesome and you didn't get to see it yet and it is so good. So Star Wars Episode 7 released this week and has already broken every box office record that they can conceivably think of. This is not a falsity, this is a truth. We recorded the show late this week specifically because I wanted to see how much money Episode 7 would actually make in its opening weekend, if it would break all the records. It made, thus far, $120.5 million in what is essentially a day of being open at this point.
I'm not surprised.
No, and you shouldn't be. And you shouldn't be. It was the most anticipated, and here, I know you haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to do any spoilers, but I will give you an honest review of the movie.
Okay.
Not that anyone particularly cares about my opinion at this point, but here's the simple truth. Everyone who is asking me if they should go see it, I have some friends, one of my buddies down south, he was going this morning to see it, he texted me, and I said, you are not going to be sad. You're not going to be disappointed, you're not going to be upset that you went and spent the money. Everyone is agreeing the movie is very good, which is weird, because everyone is agreeing. It's almost like it's a good movie.
I don't know what you're getting at.
But it's a comic book movie. It's a nerd movie.
Well, it's not even just that. It's not necessarily that it's a comic book movie. A lot of people love it for different reasons. Either they were a child when they saw the first ones that were out and they were just, it's part of their life.
Or they grew up with it, their parents made them watch it.
And then you have people that, I saw a lot of people that said that they went to go watch these like newer ones because their fascination with space and everything. They don't really follow Star Wars, they're not Star Wars fans, but they were like, hey, this looks really cool. It's, the technology in the movies are a lot cooler now, and so, everybody's got their different reasons, and it all comes together, and I think it's just, it has such a good rapport. It's already in the history of a lot of people.
We are not Star Wars people. I think it is better to say that we are Star Trek people.
Yes.
We're Trekkies. That said, as much as we love Star Trek does not have the universal following that Star Wars has.
Exactly.
I think that's fair, and I think what we've finally seen with movies that were not the new trilogy, the Anakin, that was bad stuff, not the Phantom Menace trilogy, if you will, but we're seeing now that even with the Phantom Menace trilogy in our past, they still have all the goodwill necessary to break every freaking record of box office history. Now, Elle, are you going to see this movie?
Eventually, but I also am not in a rush to go see it. Just like you said, we're not really big Star Wars fans. It's not that we don't like it. It's just it's not on my fandom list.
Are you happy to hear that everyone agrees it's a good movie? Are you happy to hear that everyone agrees it's a good movie? Does that inspire?
Not really. I don't really care what other people say most of the time. I either like it or I don't. I hate to bring this up.
What?
Harley Quinn movie.
Suicide Squad hasn't even debuted yet.
I know. I was afraid to say anything about it because no one said anything about the freaking movie in a while. And
it's
I'm really
like Bloody
excited.
Mary if you say it 3 times. Well, I tell you what.
Okay, anyway, I'm just saying, I hated it before everybody else started saying they hated it.
No, hipster girl. We're done. No more reviews. Now let's go read comics.
Time for comic book reviews. Starting up. Clean room. Alright, we are on issue 3. And we are actually kind of tying back to Astrid's past when she was a kid and that whole hubbub in the first issue. And just the connection and how it's coming together is kind of nutty. And we're learning a little bit more about Astrid and how she might be starting to come a little undone. At the same time, we are seeing how Chloe is either she is more connected to this than she knows, and we're starting to see that, or she's just pushing herself into it a little too closely to where it's starting to become a little dangerous. Who knows? There's just more and more going on with her though. Like she's just getting pulled in for some reason. So it'll be exciting to find out what that is and why. But more insanity is what's going on with the connection when she was a kid with Astrid and stuff like that. So we will see what happens with that. Moving on to the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. We are on issue 3 because, you know, it became a new series and now we're back to starting over and we're at issue 3 and it seems like it's just the same series anyway. But it's good. I'm actually going to be positive about this. Last issue, our wonderful friend Squirrel Girl had been sent back to the past, to the 60s, and well, we don't know why. We don't know who did it. What, maybe it was like a freak thing. Who knows? We don't know why, but she's there, and she finds a way to contact Doreen, and Doreen comes up with a scheme and basically is buddied up with somebody very unlikely, and of course things all go wrong because it's Squirrel Girl and nothing can go right and it's always going to be some cluster of a situation. But it's cute, it was fun, it was a good read. And next up, Beauty. Alright, issue 5. So, the crazy nut guy is still going after the detectives and all their friends, you know, doing the nitty-gritty kind of things to the people with Beauty. It's pretty gross what he does. I don't even really want to get into it. It's pretty horrific. But he's trying to hunt them down, so time's a ticking. It sounds like maybe he knows where they're at. He's coming to get them. And in the meantime, everybody is trying to make the cure. It's possible they may have one. That's been going on. It's not much of a spoiler. This is something they've been talking about. And, well, here's the thing. It kind of seems like it's not... It kind of doing something. The cure... What they think is the cure is... I don't know. It's... It ain't good. The whole situation's bad. And, well, I mean, I'll just say this, and sorry if this is some kind of a spoiler in a way, but Detective Vaughn is going to be making a very big sacrifice. Moving along. Pick of the week. Harley. And you know why Harley is going to be pick of the week? Because it's her little black book and I love the cover. No, not just that reason. But it was quite entertaining. It was the type of read that I needed this week. It's bad stuff. And so it's been happening. So it was good to have something very lighthearted to read, and it was fun. And all the problems that Harley was dealing with in the last issue, kind of just dealing with them this issue. And, well, Sai, yeah, we figured out where Sai is, and it makes everybody puke. Everybody pukes. I even got a little nauseous. You just gotta read it. But, poor Mason. Okay, she's trying to figure out how to save her love. And, well, just like normal, you know, nothing ever works out perfect. She tries, and you think that things are going to work out, and then they don't, and it's just, that's her life. She can't ever be what she would consider to be happy. She always has some type of a struggle, and what is about to go down with Mason is insane, and it's just opening this whole new door for what's going to start in the next issue, and I can't wait. I'm so excited, and I can't even say much more because it's just... I think it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait for the next town that she is about to go to. And in the meantime, we will see what Rick has to say.
I kind of want to know what the bad stuff was. Maybe I wanted to vomit today. I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Elle, for those lovely reviews. We will move on now to my The Read Pile. And on my The Read Pile is three very well-known books and one that you have not seen yet. Let's begin. Wayward, number 12. The American manga is back, y'all! Oh, snap. Jim Zub is creating more characters, and we're being led into the new gods of Japan every month, not month, because Image Comics go on hiatus sometimes, but every new issue of Wayward is another introduction to the pantheon of these new gods of Japan, and this budding potential civil war of the new gods of Japan. And without question, because, like I said, it's American manga, the new gods of Japan are young kids. They're like 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. This is kind of a running theme in this week's The Read Pile, is, you know, the young shall inherit the earth kind of thing. Anyway, I'm very much enjoying Wayward, and I have heard rumblings, ruminations, rumors that perhaps Wayward is actually going to be making its way into a more animated feature. My knowledge on that is literally, I think I saw one tweet about it maybe happening. But it would be cool, because this book definitely blends itself well to that kind of style. I would love to see an anime of Wayward. I just think that would be really cool. Let's move on. More teenage drama inheriting the earth ridiculousness. Secret Six. Are you aware that in Secret Six there is a family unit, and Porcelain and Catman that you see on the cover here, and Porcelain is very nice, but they're all very much concerned about their little friend, who may or may not be the incarnation of all things evil, and she might in fact be the reason why the world is ending. Here's the cool thing about this book. A lot of the characters realize that they're going to major sites on the Earth to destroy these alabaster pillars. And when they destroy one of the pillars, they are very likely going to bring about the old gods, kind of Cthulhu-y kind of stuff, heading back into our reality by destroying these pillars. But they do it anyway, and they do it because they're doing this to save one of their own, to save a member of their family. I love that. I love the idea of people doing whatever it takes to save a member of their family. The world can be damned. It is a great story, and it always bears some sort of sounding with me whenever I read a story like that. I recommend you picking up Secret Six. You ought to. Let's move on. Almost my pick of the week. Very nearly. You cheated, Karen Gillan. You cheated. So we have the newest Wicked and Divine. Wicked and Divine, issue 17, all about, I believe I'm going to pronounce her name wrong, but I'll say Sakhmet. First of all, the art in this issue is really cool. It reminded me a lot of some of the other books that we've been reading. I looked up the artist. It is not anyone I believe I've seen his artwork before, but it's very similar to a kidsy kind of art, or sort of a nouveau style where the big expressive pages and things like that. It almost reminded me of Help Us Great Warrior in a number of ways, but all of that notwithstanding, the art was really cool, the story is really cool, and it's about the cat god. That's stacking the deck, Karen, that you're trying now to just write books just so that I will clearly make you my pick of the week. Well, it's not going to work. It almost worked. But, okay, I really love the book. The only reason why it's not my pick of the week is I am getting really, really sad with all of my favorite books going on constant hiatus. I've been saying this for like, what? Elle, how many weeks in a row I've been saying about how I hate when books go on hiatus?
I stopped listening.
Fair enough. But Wicked and Divine is going on hiatus until April, and that made me sad. That doesn't mean the book is bad, and you know what it really does mean? It means that you can go out to your local comic shop and buy all the trades and catch up with us, so that in April when we get issue 18, or the special, whichever comes first, as Karen mentions in the end of the book, then we can all be happy together. But I'm getting long-winded. Elle is looking at me like I need to shut up, so it's time to get my graphics spun up and make my pick of the week, and that is, in fact, Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti's Super Zero #1. I really like Aftershock comics. I like the idea of an independent company that is basically being run by all of my favorite writers and artists. More to the point, I like fan service. I admit it. I enjoy when a book speaks directly to me. And the story of a young woman who basically needed to read comics because her reading comprehension wasn't up to snuff, and one of her teachers suggested comic books as a way to get her reading again. Well, that is actually my origin story when it comes to me and comic books. So either Jimmy and Amanda really like listening to me rant, or it is not just me who has done this, but a lot of other people. Our heroine, she's a nutter. She's 19 and she's still in high school, and she's been held back twice, and if she gets held back again, she's out of school. But the one thing that she's really trying to do, and I mentioned this with my review of Insects, she's trying to create superheroes. By doing so, she was trying to recreate Batman's origin story by having her parents mugged, and for whatever reason, that if her parents were mugged and killed, it would somehow trigger in her the need to become Batman. It does not go as planned, and it made for really interesting storytelling, and a lot of things from the 80s and the 90s that I grew up reading can be found in this book. So you're damn right, it's my pick of the week. For you, our loyal followers of The Read Pile, we have an awesome offer from Audible.com. Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their awesome service. You can download some really great books like The Hobbit, the unabridged version from Tolkien. You can download Divergent, Lean In, lots of great stuff to check out. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Again, that's audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia for your free audiobook.
That's this week for the Read Pile. What do you want to say?
Oh, I wanted to wish everybody a happy holidays. By the time this is uploaded, it may be Christmas. I don't know. We're going to try and do an episode before Christmas.
I'm going to go ahead and say Happy New Year.
YouTube has been doing better, but things. We should have a Christmas episode up this week because we're getting all of our books. Our comic shop has already said hello on that. But otherwise, yeah, I know, because we missed like Exodus that got lost. We're getting issue 2 of Exodus sent to us. A couple of the other books a lot of the books are getting lost in transit. It's that time of the year. It sucks. It really sucks. But we will be back next week, guys, with more reviews and occasional comedy. See you guys real soon. Behold the wall of cat plushies.